Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode hosted by Unicast AI. I'm Benoit, and today we are exploring a topic around growth in Web3. What makes an ecosystem truly BD friendly? So, for those who don't know, at Unicast, we are building the next generation career hub for the Web3 industry. We have a Web3 job board directly on Telegram with a mini ad and smart bots powered by AI. We are transforming how talent and freelancers connect with projects using a community-driven approach that rewards engagement. So, joining me today is Yumi, Business Development Manager at VLY.money, a protocol working on unlocking access to credit and reputation in Web3. So we'll be diving into what matters when you are choosing which ecosystem to build in, how to cut through noise, and what kind of support actually helps project grow. So thank you for joining, Yumi. Can you introduce yourself and how you got into Web3?
Oh, sure. First, thank you so much for having me today, and a big thanks to the host and the Unicast AI team for organizing this space. I'm really happy to be here and share a bit about my journey in Web3. So a quick intro about myself. I'm currently based in Singapore, and where I did my master's degree. And what's really special about Web3 is the strong Web3 vibe. There are so many offline events, community meetups, and talking going on all the time. Out of curiosity, I started attending this event during my free time. I met a lot of interesting people, got exposure to different projects and ideas, and slowly started getting deeper into the space. Eventually, when an opportunity came up, I jumped in, and that's how my Web3 journey started. Thank you.
That's great. So which year was it that you really went full time into Web3? Was it after COVID 2022 or even before?
No, last year.
Okay, great. And so now you joined the VLY.money. What is it about, and what is your role there?
Okay, and this is a great question. Fly is building the value layer for AI-powered social payment. What that mean is we turned your social media handle into a crypto payment address. So instead of needing a long wallet address, you can send tokens directly to someone's Twitter, Telegram, Instagram, YouTube, or any social handle just by using their username. This makes crypto transfer as easy and intuitive as tagging someone's in a post. So based on this core technology, we will build several products. First, the Fly Airdrop Center, a tool that helps projects run large-scale token airdrops in a super targeted and efficient way. And second, the Flywheel, a decentralized AI-powered advertising system for social media. It allows projects to distribute tokens directly to users who truly engaged and contribute to their community. And the third is 2FA for humans. This helps verify whether the person receiving the tokens is actually the intended recipient, adding an extra layer of trust. And most recently, we were launched a new feature that allows people to send tokens via phone numbers or emails, even if the recipient hasn't registered a wallet yet. This makes cross-border payment and onboarding so much smoother, especially for users new to Web3. And finally, we are building out our wallet as a service solution. This allows other platforms to integrate Fly's social payment infrastructure into their own product with features like embedded wallet, social logins, and token workflow out of the box. And as for my role, I'm currently focusing on business development and partnership, helping more projects integrate with our tools and bring Web3 closer to everyday users. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. At the moment, is VLY.money on a specific ecosystem, or are you on multiple ecosystem?
We support multiple ecosystem.
And so, in your experience, what makes an ecosystem BD friendly?
Mm, I think everybody probably has a slightly different take on this. From my experience, an ecosystem is BD friendly when three things happen. First, the core team is approachable and responsive. If you are a builder or a partner and it's easy to reach the ecosystem team and they actually help you, that's already a big plus. And second, they are real support, not just a grant, but also interest, co-marketing, and opportunities to get visibly. For example, Base and VNB chain are both great in this way. They are very active in supporting ecosystem projects, not just with funding, but with connection to other builders and the community. And third, there's a culture of collaboration. Some ecosystems feel like everyone is doing their own thing, but in BD-friendly ones, project actively supports each other, whether through integration, event, or cross promotions. That network effect is super valuable, especially for early stage teams. So I'd say a BD-friendly ecosystem isn't just about the tech. It's about the people, the support system, and how easy it is to actually build um, momentum.
Yes, you did mention base. That's very true. You mentioned being based in Singapore as well. So that's an ecosystem that's very vibrant and active in the region. So usually, what is the first thing you look for when you are evaluating a new chain or ecosystem to expand on?
I think for me, the first thing I look at is that this chain have real users and an active communities. Because no matter how great the tech is, if there is no one using it, it's really hard to grow partnerships or traction. Then, I also look at is the ecosystem team supportive? Are they open to collaborations that they help project with exposure, grant, or warm interests? Chains like Base or Polygon do this well. They actively help you plug into their network. And finally, I ask myself, does this chain make sense for our product? For example, if you are working on social payment, we'd naturally learn towards chains that care about customers' use case, not just the define or infra. So I look for real users, real support, and real alignment.
Yes, those are very important points you are highlighting. Um, and so to dig more on that, can you share a time when an ecosystem made growth and BD really easy, for example?
Sure. Since Fly is supporting multi-ecosystem, so what we will notice is BD and growth often depends on where the current market attention is. For example, when Solana was trading because of the meme coin hype, the entire ecosystem got a huge amount of spotlight. During that time, we co-host a PayFi offline event with Solana team at Consensus, and the outcome was really strong. A lot of people discovered Fly through that one event simply because it was tied to a hot ecosystem. So for us, it's a reminder that users often pay attention to ecosystem first, and projects that are active within those ecosystems naturally gain more visible. Of course, it's also help when the ecosystem team is willing to support you. In this case, Solana did a great job collaboration and giving exposure. And at the end of the day, a BD-friendly ecosystem is one that combines timing, supporting, and the community momentum. And so was a great example of that, I think.
Yes, so
Thank you.
your project needs to be very reactive depending on where the market is going. And so on the flip side, have you run into ecosystem that at first looked promising, but really didn't deliver, maybe because yeah, the team wasn't really supporting it or the numbers were inflated?
Yeah, we've definitely seen that happen. There are some ecosystems that look super promising on the surface. Strong branding, big funding announcement, maybe even a lot of noisy on crypto Twitter. But once you start trying to actually build or partner with them, you realize the user base isn't there, or the team is hard to reach, or they are more focused on uh, internal metrics than ecosystem success. I won't name names, but what we were learned is ecosystem support isn't just about hype. It's about real people, real community, and real users. So now when we evaluate a new chain, we look past the headlines. We ask, is there a real community? Are users actually on chain? Are builders helping each other? These things matter way more than just a flashing announcement. Thank you.
Exactly, yeah. And so at VLY.money, how are you focusing on building as well your own community?
Well, that's a great question. And the community has always been a real core part of how we grew at Fly. We are building Fly as a product that means to be used socially, sending token to friends, rewarding contributors, tipping creators. So naturally, our community is not just an audience, they are co-creators. We do a few things to grow and engage our communities. The first is weekly missions, token rewards. We run regularly campaigns where users can earn rewards by completing simple tasks like referring friends, creating content, and engage on social media. The second is airdrops via Fly Airdrop Center. We let users receive tokens just by connecting their social handles, and it often becomes their first Web3 experience. The third is Flywheel. This is our AI-powered advertise system that rewards real engagement instead of paying centralized platforms. We give tokens directly to the people who help spread the word. And we also host AMAs, offline meetups, and collaborate with other communities and creators because we believe building community is part tech, part culture, and part fun. So we are building a community that's not just watching from the sidelines, but actually shaping how Fly grows.
Okay, that's great. And another question would be that with so many ecosystem out there, like the number of layer twos is constantly growing. How do you decide on which one you are going to focus your time and your BD energy?
Okay, I think this is a very practical question. Since we are um, since we are multi-chain support, there are a lot of direction we could go, but we usually look at three key things when deciding where to focus our BD energy. First, where is the attention right now? If an ecosystem is trending, like Solana during the meme coin season, then partnering there gives us way more visibility and user momentum. And the second is where is the support real? We look for ecosystem where the core teams actually help with grant, co-marketing and ecosystem alignment. We were had great experience with teams like Base BNB, Chain, and Solana in this regard. So the third is where does it match our use case? Some chains are very define heavy. Others care more about social or custom use cases. Since Fly is built around social payments, so we naturally lean toward the ecosystem that's shared, that's focused. Um, it's not just about hype. We are always trying to balancing times, real support, and product fit. Thank you.
Okay, and so you've been doing business development in Web3. What advice would you give to people who are looking to find a job in this industry?
Yeah, that's a great question and something I wish someone had told me earlier. If you are looking to break into Web3 as a BD, don't wait for the perfect job offer. Start by adding value. Join communities, show up in Discourse and Twitter space, support project you like, write threads, introduce people to each other. These small things really matter. In Web3, reputation is built in public. Also, understand that BD in Web3 is very different from Web2. It's not just sales or partnerships, it's a mix of product thinking, storytelling, community, and a lot of flexibility. You'll often be doing a bit of everything, and that's okay. And finally, stay curious, stay humble, and don't be afraid to DM people. Web3 is still early, and people here are more open than you think. A thoughtful message can lead to real opportunities.
Yes, agreed. And the personal brand as well is very important. So I would encourage everyone to both have a LinkedIn profile and as well Twitter or X profile where they often communicate or interact with other people. And so for people who would like to maybe learn more about VLY or to work with VLY, what makes a partnership request or BD pitch usually stand out to you?
Uh, yeah, this question, I think the one of that stand out, you really have a few things in common. First, they were done their homework. If someone actually understand what Fly does and tell us exactly how we can work together, that's already a green flag. It shows effort and sincerity. And the second is the value is clear and mm, very clear. The best pitches don't just say let's collaborate. They tell us what each side brings to the table and how we can win together. And the third is there are some traction or credibility. We don't need huge numbers. But if you are already launched, have a community or real users, it makes the conversation more grounded and real. And honestly, tone matters too. A warm and a human message also always works better than a long copy paste proposal.
Yeah.
So be specific, be real, and make it easy for us to say yes.
Yeah, so highlighting the value and how a partnership would succeed on reaching it, and as well to show that you've done your research about a specific project before outreaching it, and that it's not just outreaching everyone without doing their homework and looking into a specific project. Okay, and for you guys at VLY.money, what's the next in terms of ecosystem growth?
Yeah, absolutely. We were got a few exciting things coming up at Fly. First, we are expanding our phone and email token transfer feature, which lets users receive tokens without having to create a wallet first. It's a big step toward onboarding the next wave of crypto users, especially in areas like cross-border payment, creator tipping, and social airdrops. And second, we are doubling down on our wallet as a service offering. More and more projects are looking to embedded wallet functionality without the friction of seed phrase. So we are opening up Fly's social wallet infra for partners to build on. On the BD side, we are focusing on ecosystems that are community-driven and social-friendly, like Base, BNB Chain, and Solana, and also looking to work with Web2 creators, tools, and platforms, and even fintech apps that want to explore crypto payment. So we are moving in two directions, deeper into Web3 and wider into the real world.
Great, that's a lot of things coming up. And so finally, last question already. Are there any specific ecosystem or layer one, layer twos that you are keeping an eye on right now?
Yeah, right now, we are keeping a close eye on a few ecosystems. Like Solana, no surprise here. It's full of momentum from meme coins to real consumer apps. The speed, low fees, and community vibe make it a great fit for social payment, which is what we focus on at Fly. And Base is another strong one, not just because of its culture movement, but also because of the way it supports AI agent and the consumer infrastructure. We were seeing strong alignment between what Base is building and our vision of smart human-facing payment flows, especially when it comes to things like agent to agent or agent to human interactions. We also watching ton closely. Telegram native mini apps are heating up fast, and with such a massive user base, we're seeing strong potential for social airdrops, embedded wallets, and frictionless payment. And also, Sui is another ecosystem we will be tracking, especially as they double down on AI and ownership use cases. Their object-centric model is interesting for new kind of token experience, and they were showing strong support for early stage builders. And of course, BNB chain continue to be a high practical and global ecosystem, especially for onboarding real users in Asia and beyond. So we are not focused on one chain. We follow where the users are, where the infra supports
Mhm.
new use cases, and where the community is actually building.
That's perfect. Great. Thank you, Yumi, for taking the time to share your insight. And it's really great to hear from someone doing business development in this industry. It can be sometimes challenging. And wishing you the best for the upcoming plans at VLY. So for everyone listening, do follow us on Next at Unicast AI for future AMAs, podcast episode, and tips on getting finding a Web3 jobs or career. Join our Telegram job board at t.me/unicastjobs to discover open roles across different ecosystems. And of course, definitely check out VLY.money. We'll share all the link in the description. So thank you again, Yumi. Do you have any closing words?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me today, and very big thanks to the Unipost team and the host for putting this together. And it's been a real pleasure sharing what we are building at Fly and also hearing the thoughtful questions and insights from the community. Thanks again, and looking forward to connecting with more of you soon.
Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Bye bye.
Bye bye.